We also need to provide a global perspective to the 70% of our students who cannot participate in junior term abroad. And we feel that it doesn't come just from the books or the lessons. The encounter with individuals from other cultures is a very important part of their education. How do we provide this? The major issues for us, we are not a preferred destination for many foreign students. Even among Asian countries, the US and Europe are their favored destinations. For Western countries, Thailand and China seem to be their most popular destinations in Asia. So we're competing with other countries. And the other major issue is that the Philippine calendar doesn't match your calendar. So your students coming here have a hard time adjusting to our own calendar. So what have we done? We found that our students are the best recruiters. If we are not a preferred destination, what we found is when we send students there, they get to know the local students, then their task, before they leave their advice, when their task is to invite your friends from those institutions to come and spend time in the Philippines. And we found that our students are in fact the best recruiters. Many of our international exchange students came because they had encountered the students who were on study abroad in their own institutions. Second, we adjusted to the international calendar. We started offering classes that start in January. But we didn't want classes where the foreign students come and they're all in class with each other and no Filipino students. So what we do is our students enroll for these classes in November like everyone else, but the class doesn't start till January. The class doesn't start in January. They meet more frequently to catch up for the lost time. So they wait for the international students to arrive in the spring, in the Western spring. So the foreign students come in January, and they're in class with our students from January to April. So I guess the fact is, the problem for us, perhaps for some other Asian universities, that our calendars don't match the calendars for most schools overseas. And so the only way to increase the number of students joining these programs is not to wish that the Philippine government would change our academic calendar, but let's just do something ourselves. The other thing is our focus on social entrepreneurship and the fact that the Ateneo has very strong relationships with a lot of social development institutions and the NGOs has meant that we have been able to attract quite a lot of students from overseas wishing to do some sort of work with disadvantaged sectors. So that's one subset of students who do come here because we can be very strong in that area. Some figures. This year I'm sending 180 students on study abroad. That's almost 30% of our junior population. And since we do that every year, over time, really 30% of our graduates would have spent a semester abroad. We have 62 partner universities from all over the world in 17 countries in 4 continents. So there's a wide variety of choices. Some very excellent universities are on that list. I won't name names. We host approximately 30 international students per year. We found that our best part, the most adventurous have been the French students. The largest single group of foreign students in Ateneo are French students, where one might have assumed otherwise. In Australia and New Zealand, we have 6 partners. In the United States, we have 9. In North America, we have 9. In Austria, we have 2. In France, we have 10 partners. In Germany, 4 partners. Norway, Portugal, Spain. In Asia, if you include Hong Kong and Macau as part of China, we have 4 partners. Japan, we have 9. Korea, Malaysia, Singapore, Taiwan, Thailand. Unfortunately, we have very few Jesuit partners. These are our only Jesuit partners. We do send students to the Beijing Center. We have students at Sophia, Sogang University, IQS. We will be sending students beginning this year, and we have been sending students to St. Louis University's Madrid campus. So St. Louis University in Missouri has a Madrid campus that has been accepting our students. We send students to Furen. And in the US, our partners are Boston College, Santa Clara University, San Francisco. It's strange to us that we have 62 partners, but very few Jesuit partners for our study abroad program. And that's the innovation I wanted to share with you. Of course, our students come back and say that their time abroad was the richest cultural experience of their lifetime. Thank you.